What is good, besties? It's your host, Mia and
Brittany.
And today we are going to be discussing skin tints.
Skin tints!
Skin tints. It's a hot topic right now in the beauty community. Everyone loves the skin tints.
It really is. So without further ado, let's hop on into today's episode.
And today we are going to be talking about skin tints.
Yes. Is skin tints the new foundation or is it a trend? I say it is a trend. A trend that I am hopping on. I'm hopping on this trend, but I think it's a trend because nobody can get over a full coverage foundation.
Exactly. I go trend too. I'm hopping on it. I have no shame. It's great for the summer. Yeah, I'll take that for the summer. It's great.
Actually, hold on. For your summer, this is a trend you can hop on. For me, this is very much a winter trend that after I finish testing out the best skin tints for oily skin, I will put them in my drawer and I will bring them out when it gets cooler because I am an oily bichacho. Okay.
I'm the opposite. I have dry skin. Our winters are really cold, really dry here. So maybe a little glow, but like I haven't touched a skin tint since like I was 14 with my BB cream from Maybelline. That, or like a BB cream. Like I haven't touched it since then. And now TikTok is taken over with this skin tints.
You know, I started with the Fenty Ease Drops skin tint and I love it. I love the coverage of the Fenty Ease Drops, but I'm testing out some new ones. I'm testing out a CC cream from Dermablend. I'm testing out the Urban Decay skin tint. I'm testing out some drugstore
water. Trust me, she's got all of it. If you need to go see if these work for you, go look at her page because she's the queen of testing this out for you so you don't have to.
Yes. But okay, let's talk. Okay, so we have established like we're kind of on the same page that this is very much a trend. Do we think this is a summer trend or do we think that this is like one of those trends where like either you're a full coverage gal or you're like a skin tint gal?
I think it depends because like as I progress through my makeup journey or my makeup artistry, I used to be full coverage all the time. Sometimes it's super nice to just get that skin tint on. You have really light coverage, really light face on. It's great for going outdoors type things. I also think it depends on kind of what you're going for. Some people really like that no makeup look and that's what they want to achieve. So that's like all the cream products that are coming out really sheer. Like I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, so I feel like this trend can be perceived one of two ways. It can be perceived as like this new like no makeup look. Like I'm loving how my like your skin but better, kind of like how a few years ago there was like the no makeup trend, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also think that this trend or these types of foundations can be very dare I say segregating because skin tints are not made for people with problematic skin because there's no coverage. You know, like you can take a full coverage foundation and sheer it out with like a moisturizer, even just adding your primer into it, like adding like a hydrating or liquid primer to it. But if you have problematic skin, this is not going to be a trend that you can hop on because these skin tints don't have the coverage that you would need. I think that if you have problematic skin, so you have acne or you have lots of textures, I would stay away from the skin tints just because because they're so thin, they're probably going to build up around your acne. They're going to kind of peel away where you have some texture. And so I think that this trend has the potential to be damaging to people who have problematic skin because it's not going to work for them and that's going to be very frustrating. On top of that, makeup brands are not releasing diverse enough shade range for skin tints. Like, I get that they're supposed to be like your skin but better, but when your skin but better comes in 6 light shades, light, medium, tan shades,
and then like like two or
and then like
three
2 or
dark.
3 deep dark shades, I think that you're putting people with a lot of melanin in a situation where either they have to go too dark, too orange, or too pink, and so they're looking ashy. So I think if skin tints were released in shade ranges that look like foundations, then I could see how it would be considered more inclusive. But I think that that's going to be a big issue with this whole skin tint trend, is that not everybody is going to be able to hop on this. And I don't
for
want,
multiple reasons, like the skin and like the skin issues and the coverage and or like the shade range. The shade range in itself is a whole bigger issue that we will speak to more in a different podcast. But like, even I know I've talked to some of these brand reps when you go into Sephora or something, and they're like, oh, there's not as many shade range because they're supposed to be able to like sheer it out, and it's not supposed to go on, and it's supposed to be full coverage. At the same time though, you can't, if you sheer something on that's too light or too dark, it's going to be very, very noticeable. Like, you can't just fake your way through that one. So they definitely need to do a better job.
Like, for me personally, like, I suffer from a lot of hyperpigmentation. So even though I'm able to get away with using a skin tint, I'm still having to put a lot of product underneath it to cover my hyperpigmentation. And like, yes, you should like love yourself, right? I'm not saying that I'm embarrassed by my hyperpigmentation, because I'll go out of the house with no makeup on. What I'm saying is if I'm going to put something on my skin, I want it to cover my hyperpigmentation, because depending on the undertone of the product that I'm using, it can make my hyperpigmentation look worse than if I didn't have anything at all on, if that makes sense.
100%. I agree. Like, I get your skin but better, but if it's but better, we need to have a little bit of coverage, even though it's a skin tint. I'm not saying cake me up and like full coverage me, but like, I have a lot of redness and I don't want my redness to seep through my skin tint.
Do I get that?
Type of thing. Well, and let's like go into a little bit. People get confused between like skin tint, there's BB creams, CC creams, and tinted moisturizer. As this trend comes out, more brands are coming out with a bunch of things claiming.
For me personally, I don't see much difference between like a skin tint, a tinted moisturizer, CC, BB cream. I think they all fall under the same like little umbrella of like product. And so whether you call it a skin tint or you call it a CC cream or you call it a BB cream, whatever it is, I think it all follows under the same umbrella. So like, if you see something that says CC cream, it just stands for color corrector. If you see something that's a BB cream versus a tinted moisturizer, I think it's just brand's way of saying, hey, look, I'm different. Let me show you like,
I just
the product that we have.
Pulled up. So BB cream is hydrating makeup. It says ideal for skin, like dry skin, and CC cream has more coverage. It just says CC cream has a SPF and anti-aging, and BB cream is basically extra moisturizer within that product. And then tinted moisturizer, tinted, is pretty much the same thing as the skin tint. Now, like, everyone's hopping on this trend. I find this funny too, though. I want your opinion. You could take your moisturizer and grab your favorite foundation to an extent and create your own without buying that product.
You could totally do that, but I think that not enough people out there have the knowledge of like what ingredients work well together. And so like, you can't just take a silicone based foundation with a water based moisturizer and mix them together and expect them to work.
It separates.
I think you have to have a good understanding, or even just a general understanding, of how products and ingredients work together. So if you want to do that to save some coin, because I'm all about saving coin, do that, but read the ingredients. Make sure you're not using an oil-based foundation with a water-based moisturizer primer, and vice versa. So
that's We love dupes. We love hacks. So that's our dupe. Make sure you read the instructions because it is going to come out looking a little crusty if we're mixing things. Oil, water doesn't mix.
Yes.
It's going to be coming out a little much. I do very much think it's a trend, but like I'm hopping on it. Summertime, I don't want a crap ton of makeup on my face sometimes. I like that light feeling.
I feel that.
Mixing that with creams, you know?
I'm so jealous of
all these brands are coming out though. All these brands are coming out though.
I can't
with these.
So
you're like, I'm not about it.
Well, it's not that I'm not about it. I just have oily skin and I live in a very hot climate, and like our humidity changes from like dry heat to like humid heat. So like I really can't, like, I've got to be very picky. Like I got to really check the weather to see what kind of foundation I need to use. But if
maybe we should have prefaced that before. We live in very different places, and that is why I prefer my skin tint for the summer versus her time of year. And we have different skin types. So again, make sure it works for you. Don't just hop on the trend because you want to hop on the trend. It does get frustrating when things don't work for you. So know your skin before you jump in. If you can't use a skin tint, you're fine. Just get a sheer foundation. It's the same thing. You're okay.
I mean, I don't know. If you want to check out either one of our pages, like our personal Instagrams, we do both create beauty content. I will have a series on skin tints on my social media. So if you're looking for recommendations for oily skin, definitely give my page a look. If you're looking for if you have dry skin, definitely take a look at Mia's page because she's got.
Do you want to maybe give them one of your two of your top favorites so far that you've tried? Just give a hint. She does have oily skin. She's testing them out right now.
So my top two as of right now from the ones that I've tried are the Fenty Eavesdrop skin tints. Like, oh, chef's kiss, Rihanna did that. And then an OG favorite of mine is the ColourPop tinted moisturizer. She's definitely one of those tinted moisturizers that I have to wear in the wintertime, or I have to really, 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 really prep my skin for summertime wear. I usually use the ColourPop one in the winter, springtime. And then now that Fenty has this one, I'm looking more to using the Fenty one in the summer, like early fall, because here fall is still hot. Like it's extremely hot. So that's where I'm sitting at right now. I know you loved the Sephora collection one.
I do. I only tried a couple. I have really dry skin. I get dry really fast. I didn't think the Sephora one was going to work for me. I actually really do love that. It's a matte tinted moisturizer, I believe it's called. It's affordable. I haven't tried Fenty. I really want to try her. She seems great. I also really do like the Purlisse BB cream. My only complaint with that is, again, the shade range. Even for me, they have like a light, a medium, and a dark. And the light is too dark for me. So I come out looking a little too tan. But that one's really great if you have dry skin because it's loaded with a bunch of moisturizer. I'm going to test out some of the ones that you're trying next. I'm excited. I always wait for Brittney. I go and see what she's testing out and I go off for recommendations.
Definitely. Okay, guys. So as always, this was a short and sweet podcast this week, only because we just kind of want to keep it light and fresh. We don't want to always be bogging you down with like controversial topics. And so, we
decided not to shit on brands today either. We didn't want to do that.
So let us know what you think. Are you hopping on to this skin tint trend, or is it something that you're just like, it's not going to work for me, I'm not going to try it? Let us know in the comments. Be sure that if you're not already following us, please make sure you subscribe to whatever podcast platform that you want, whether that's Apple Music or Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And make sure, if you want to see our beautiful faces that are always beat to the gods, check us out on YouTube. We post all of our podcast episodes on YouTube. We also will be posting additional content over on our YouTube channel, whether it's Get Ready With Us or like special episodes, hot takes behind the scenes. So be on the lookout for those episodes as well over on our YouTube channel. And then as always,
you can message us.
Yeah, follow us on our social media.
Message us any questions. Go check out Brittney. She has her testers all out. She's going to test all of them out. Go check that out. If you have any questions, by all means, we will answer. Just give us a DM. Let us know if you think it's a trend or if it's sticking around. And please, please, please subscribe, hit that notification. And I hope to see you back next week.
Definitely. See you guys next week.
Bye.